Alright guys, hey, it's been a while, but we're back at waiting on a stupid generator to get here. It's coming from Indiana. They said it was going to take a week to get here, but it's coming from Indiana, which is one state up from us. Yesterday, finally got an update. They said it wasn't going to be on time because of severe weather. Well, when they said that, there was no weather related anything in Indiana or Kentucky, anywhere near us. So I have no idea what the hell their severe weather is. But anyway, it's on its way. It went from one place in Indiana to another place in Indiana, and then finally now it went to Lexington this morning, and now it's saying that it's in Somerset. So if it's in Somerset, it should be here today, if not tomorrow, if they actually deliver tomorrow. If not, it'll be here Monday. But this generator that I got is a dual fuel generator, so it's either gas or propane. Propane's not as efficient, but you know, if you run out of one, you got the other. Plus, everything in the house is going to be ran off of propane, so that means we're just going to get either two 100-gallon bottles, or we're going to try and get a 500-gallon. So I got some other shit to do today. We got our planter boxes in like 2 days ago, I think it was, maybe 3 days ago. We already got sprouts coming up. Let's see, I think these are radishes. This is onions. I can see the onions now starting to come up. Gotta get that out of there. This is yellow onions. And I think there's that's carrots over there. I don't see anything yet for them. This is the cucumbers. They're coming up really good. I only see one row of them though. I don't know. There might only be one row. I don't think you get too many. I think you only get like maybe 20 seeds, if that. So I think I only planted one row. This is my my mint plant. Two mint plants. And this here is broccoli. Or no, this is lettuce. And I think this here is the broccoli. Yeah, this is broccoli. Which I'm gonna put that up there. I don't want nothing getting into this stuff. And Daisy can't stay the hell out of stuff. I'm gonna have to get my chicken wire and put a fence up around this, because stuff starts growing and animals will start getting into it. But I gotta, oh, this is so freaking loud. Let's go down here a little bit. Almost slipped on my ass right here this morning. Rained like crazy last night. Started probably about 5 o'clock. Didn't end until like 8 o'clock. But so I got a little chainsaw. I got myself a bigger chainsaw, 58cc, which I've been cutting up a lot of trees that are knocked down up here behind the house. But I got a little one that you use for like cutting branches off when you're climbing trees and shit. So I'm doing little stuff with that. I've removed, there was a stump right here. I removed it. There was a stump right there. Cut it down. I see I got another one there. But that one there, I cut down. Let's see, where am I pointing? Right there. This one and this one here was the ones I was trying to burn out. I got one over there removed. So now when we pull up here, there's nothing in the way. There's no bumping up over everything. This one here, I still want to try and get out a little bit more. But it's good for now. That shit there, must be an old stump in there, because there's stuff growing right there. This stuff here, I think I'm gonna cut that out of there. I think there's an elm tree in there. If there's an elm tree, it's staying, and the rest of the shit's getting taken out. I want to kind of have a line of trees here. Same way with over here. I've got trees on this side, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm gonna, up there in the front of our land, I'm gonna take pallets and put pallets down there as a fence. So I'm gonna eventually get some goats, and I want the goats to take care of all this weeding, and the same way over here. Maybe. I don't know. I might put the goats up in here and have them clean all this shit out. To a point. I don't want to see neighbors. The whole reason why we moved out here is get away from neighbors. We don't have anybody over here living yet. We have a neighbor over here, John. He's up in the woods there a little farther. We can't see him. He can't see us, which means you get to run around naked at night. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be burning that trash pile again. We got to get that cleaned up and get all the cans out and recycle all the cans. But I've been stockpiling some cedar poles, some cedar trees I've been cut down. I've got another one up there I started cutting, like ripping. All this stuff, the bigger stuff, is going to get cut for flooring. And somehow I got to get rid of that stupid thing. I got to get that thing cut up. At least cut up and put to the side. And get these, I got to get these put probably up here with these ones. I've got another stack over there. I've got that stack. I've got that stack. Actually, I might just put them down in the woods. I might just get them down there where I need them. I don't know. But I can use this stuff for other projects. Once again, you know, when it rains down here, this spot up in here is muddier than hell. I was thinking about putting a small pond in here, then I dug that up, and it did hold water, but this one can't stay out of anything. He just likes to go in and play in the water, and it was a muddy mess, so I just filled it back up again. And I told her I want to get some grass seed and get this planted in here. I gotta try and get that hump out of there, but I want to get this planted all the way down through here. That's another stump right there I would like to try and get out. And that one right there. There's another one over there. There's a rock on top of it. But that stuff over there, this stuff, that is all cleaned up. There's no stumps in there. I need to weed whack around that crap. There's a metal pile over there and some like cushions and shit I need to get rid of from the camper. And I got a metal pile up. There's a piece of metal there, and there's a metal pile over there behind there I need to get rid of, which is mostly aluminum, so I'll probably get a decent amount of money out of that. I'm expecting at least $40. This stuff here is all going over here today on that pile. I've been experimenting with my lawn tractor since, boy, there's stuff all over the place. I need to get picked up. But I cut the blades on my lawnmower like really short. They're only sticking out on each side of the spindle, probably 2 inches. And they already have a hole in the blade. So that's why I cut them back that far. I've been hitting so much shit up here with like the stumps, and then bent the blades on it. And the blades were old. They've been sharpened so many freaking times, but they finally got bent up too much that I couldn't fix them anymore. So I cut them off, and I started using some weed whacker line on there. And the weed whacker line actually works. It works freaking great. The only thing is I can't get it to stay on the blade. I like double loop it, tie it a knot in one end, and then I stick it through the hole, and I bring it back through itself, and it works. It worked. I mean, look, you can see this right here. This is actually mowed. There's like a path right there and comes down here, and I went over there and I mowed that. You can see the difference in the grass. But I mowed that, mowed it down in here a little bit. But if you hit any kind of sticks laying on the ground, or this paper shit, all this stuff laying around, That's from coyotes coming down, getting into the garbage. So for now on, I don't pile stuff up. I just put that stuff here this morning, and the boxes are wet, so I'm letting that stuff dry out before I set it afire. But yeah, I'm not letting anything sit out anymore. They make a mess of everything. It's the coyotes and other dogs. Hell, there might be some cats running around. I don't know. But so I got new blades for the tractor. I'm really hesitant on putting them on because I need to go through and make sure there's nothing here I'm going to hit. That down there should all be cleaned up. I haven't touched anything on that side of the property. I know there's rocks over there and some like humps in the yard and stuff I need to take care of. But I can kind of get that. I know where there's the stumps and the rocks are. I can see them. And now I can finally mow this down in here. I got to check this out down here a little bit more. I mowed it once and it mowed fine. I think I hit one spot down there. That was it. But we bought Daisy a runner cable for down here. And she's never on a chain down here anyway. She's always running around. She never leaves the yard. She hears people on the road, she barks, but just tell her to come back up, she comes up. But anyway, her runner cable, I am going to actually take this mower deck off again today. Flip it upside down and see if I can attach a piece of cable, cut the cable and put it on here so it doesn't have a way to come off. At least if I use cable, the sticks aren't going to matter too much, and if I do happen to hit a stump, it's not going to bend them. It's just going to like whip it around it, really. If there's a stump right there sticking out of the ground, that's a high spot. I mean, I cannot do nothing with that. I have to dig that out and then try to cut that down some more. There's a stump over there, same way. This one right there. I gotta clean that out around it and dig it down a little ways so I can cut it right next to the ground so I can actually mow over top of it. I gotta get this thing out of here and put it over my tool shed. Get the rest of my tools out of here. I gotta find my hoe. I don't know where my hoe is. Oh, where's the hoe? Hell, maybe I don't even have a... No, I should have a hoe. Oh, I got that thing right there. More or less for cultivating. I think my hoe's over here underneath all this shit. So we went and got new windows. Not new windows, but three old windows. They're actually storm windows, but they're a hell of a lot better than what we were using in here. I was just using like wooden frame windows, and I had them on a hinge so they could pop out, but you can see the one that we're using on the front of the house. You see Daisy's in the freaking bowl again. Can't stay out of stuff. But that window right there, it pops out. In order for us to close it, we gotta come outside, walk around, and close it. So I put that window in there. I put another one down there, which actually, all the windows I put in so far have screens on them. We have 3 more. I want to put one right here in the bedroom, and then Skylar's bedroom's down there at the other end, so I need to put one down there. Now, how the hell do I have 3 left? I know I got one in the house, and there's 2 of them right here. Oh, I was going to replace this window here, but I think we're going to let it go for now. Once I start cutting some stuff down up here, and I can get some posts made and some boards made to make a porch out here. I'm gonna make that a doorway anyway. I want a doorway out here that way, because I'm gonna take the culvert pipe from down here down there. I'm gonna take that out and I'm gonna put it over here so we can come up this way. I'm gonna cut that stump down right here and move that pipe out of the way. This stuff here won't be here, but I can pretty much come right up through here, and I'll get another culvert pipe something later and put it back in here. But this way here I can come up this way, and I can come up and turn around and go back out that way if I want. But then we have a way we can park right there, or we can park right here and just go in the house this way instead of going up that way in the mud all the time. Actually, shit, I've got all them pallets. I can make a porch out of those pallets out here. Got all them pallets. I can take all the pallets apart, or a couple of them apart, and use the boards from some to put in the other ones to fill up the gaps. Yeah, I'm one of them people that I use what I can. I can't afford shit. I got some leftover 2x6s, but probably could use those if I wanted to. I actually wanted a porch out here that was probably like at least 10 feet long, 12 feet long. I wanted it from just on the other side of the window where the door's gonna be and come up this way. Not all the way to the end, but probably about here, and then have steps come down. And I've been transferring water, so now I hear my pump starting to run slow. Oh yeah, we got water here. So there's Daisy. Hi Daisy. I'm going to take a walk up in the woods today too. I want to take the small chainsaw and use my I forget what the hell that thing's called, Hunt X or something like that app that tells you where your properties are. I went on and I got all of our coordinates for our property and I marked it all out. So now I can go up in the woods. I don't know how far I'm going to have service, but I can follow our line up through the woods and cut a path, so it's easier to get up through once I get a four-wheeler. That way I can watch my property, or we have a nice little four-wheeler path around the property that we can have fun on. Also a way to get up through and down through with wood and stuff when we cut it. I've got a lot of shit to do. But I just got I got sweat in my eyes. I'm upgrading our inverter to a 24 volt instead of a 12 volt. Hopefully it works better. For some reason, we don't have a whole lot of power anymore. I think something's wrong with the batteries, so I'm gonna test them again. If there's something bad with them, there's a warranty on them. I think it's free replacement for 5 years. So I'm gonna check those out today and get the other inverter put on, and I have to rearrange the batteries. So I got 4 batteries. That means I have to do 2 batteries and 2 batteries. It'll be two batteries for one bank and 2 batteries for number 2 bank, and then you put those wires together and make 24. At least I think that's how you do it. I have to look it up. Trust me, I look up everything, make sure it's all working. Alright, there. Sweat rolling it down into my eyes. Not good. It is only 11 o'clock. 11 a.m. And it's pretty warm. But of course it rained last night, so yeah, it's going to be humid as hell today. Every once in a while we get a nice little breeze. It's nice windy right now. And the way it's blowing, that means I'm not going to be Not gonna be setting that stuff on fire because it's floating with the house. I'm gonna have to do that later tonight. Daisy! Get out of the pool! Come on! Quit looking at me, let's go! Alright, well this water's about done. Yep, done right now. I'm gonna unplug it and go get some other stuff done. I gotta take this plug and go back up here, plug it into the freezer. Don't waste electricity. Just for the freezer right now, but I did have another cord up here so I can play my music when I'm out here. This freezer here is not being used right now. This cooler's got my electrical wire in it, and this one here's got, I don't know what the like, water stuff in it. That one's empty. But there's my scrap pile of metal I need to get cleaned up. That thing runs, but it doesn't make electricity. So eventually what I'm going to do, if I can get it fixed, I'm going to get it fixed. This one here runs, the motor runs fine, but the carburetor is shit. It's hard to start it because it leaks so much gas in the carburetor. So you can't hand crank it anymore. It hand cranks when I first bought it. But I think since it wasn't running for so long, you know, carburetors just go bad. It probably just needs either a new carburetor or just needs some cleaning out or whatever. But I started with my electric grill to get it going. It's a hell of a lot easier. Oh, and that's the other thing about the one I'm getting. It's electric start. No more hand cranking shit. Oh yeah, here's another thing. I got my tomato plants, and I got a green bell pepper plant in the middle there. I think I'm gonna take that out and move it up in the front, so it's not. The only reason I put it there is because when the tomato plants start growing, that can grow up and vine into it and stuff and grow. So there's my piece of wood. I started ripping them down. Now I gotta set my chainsaw for 1/2 inch and start cutting that the rest of the way down. I could probably get about 8 pieces out of that maybe. And then Skylar was always complaining about her little pool getting all dirty and stuff because of Daisy going in and out of it, so I cut the top off of an IBC tote, and that's our swimming pool. Good thing about this is if we run low in this one for you know, bathing water, we can always use this water. You know, it's got a lot of white stuff floating in it, but it's old Elmer's glue that was in the container, non-hazardous. So I'm gonna hook up my pump today somehow. Oh, I'm gonna hook up the pump and I'm gonna throw the hose in there. And I'm gonna pump it out and circulate it through a strainer and a piece of screen to take all that stuff out of there. It's either that or I open the valve that's on the other side of that one and I let all that water out, which I'm not gonna do. It's a big waste of water. That's the idea today. Also told her I think I'm going to take all this stuff here. I'm going to put the coolers inside the tent probably and move all this stuff away from here. And get all these rocks out of here, the pavers and stuff. I'm going to take this off of here. And I'm going to start adding some those pallets and put pallets down through here. I'm not really worried about over here too much. I just want something over here, but if I do that, then I gotta put these here somewhere. that's going to be our walkway. That, or I might just add some more pallets out this way and go out. Not a big deal. I don't care. I might even add a pallet out here. I think those pallets are about the width of this. So if I can get a pallet to go from here across and out that way, and then add another set of pallets from here, from right here, and go out, that'll give us some a nice little bit of walking space. Maybe even set up one of our tents, our screen tents out here, so we can sit out at night or something. The horse flies and just regular house flies are terrible down here. Yeah, it looks like Daisy's been into this stupid thing. Something's been in there. Looks like paw prints in there. Alright, well, that's the end of the video. I will do another one today while we're taking a walk up